Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a nice looking rack. It looks close to a bingo. I'm not seeing a 7. Could there be an 8? And what if opponent changes? Okay, so there are some floaters to consider. Do I have a bingo with a K? Close to kidnappy, but I would need 2 E's. What about an N? Nope. O. Gosh, again, close to a bingo. Oedipian this time, requiring a second E. Nothing with a U. T. Wow, that looks close. What about patinad? I think that's good. 462. And it is fantastic. And a pretty decent pick. There must be bingos here as 8s, if not a 7. And because of the opening 2 plays, plenty of floaters to consider. So, let me work through them. Anything with a P. Oh, wow. 106-point double-double from opponent. That's irksome. And I'm a bingo behind, despite only playing bingos throughout this game. So, what can I do here? Oh, wow, I have dowagers through the W, so I am bingoing. Is that best? Are there any triple word squares available? No. What about double doubles? I don't think womaning takes an S, so no double doubles available. I see no reason not to just go ahead and play this. Wordages is also good, but that provides more floaters. I'm going with this. Okay, well, my bingo run ends, and I have a 6-point lead. Any U's on the board? Well, none that I can use to burn the queue. So I think I'll be looking to get, oh wow, nice score for opponent with the Z. Fortunately, restrained to under 40 points. Now, what can I do with the X? And I'd like to get rid of the Y as well. Neither of those go well with the Q. Opponent has provided an I for the Q, but that's only available at face value. So, oh, I was hoping I had X and NY, but GE not good. Oxy is good, down from an O, but none available. I have sexy in column 10. I also have it on my rack. Is this the play? So 30 points, not much. Keeping 4 consonants. That's not great. But it is better than anything else I've seen. Now I have links on my rack. Does that play anywhere? And what about playing through A and E? So I'm not seeing anywhere for links, which is a shame. That would preserve the S. Burn 4 consonants. I wonder what opponent would have played if I'd played wordages. Ah, well, there is a link spot for 30 points, preserving a vowel, which, although it's not a great vowel with the Q, it's still a good tile. So links for 30. I have EX, AX, and PE, which scores more. But I think taking into account rack leave, links is better. 16 minutes on my clock. Just wondering if I have anything through this I. Not seeing it. Okay, well, there may be something better. I'm not seeing it. I could play Nixie through this I. I don't think that scores more. I'm going with this. Wow, this is nice. I've drawn an I for chi and chin, but I also have the tiles for feek and feeks, which, well, I don't think they play anywhere at the moment for a great score. But let's see now. Oh, opponents played craw. Craw takes an S in front. Feeks, one square short of the triple word square. So, what about feek? It plays parallel to patterner, sticking an H in row O. Not a fan of that. Opponent's taken the chin spot. I do have chin above dowagers. But let me consider feeks here. Burning the S, but 40 points and a decent rack leave. S is worth 8 to 10. And I am burning the F and the H and the Q, all 3 scoring tiles. So is this the play? Wow, if opponent hadn't blocked this I could have had feek through the eye of Zine. I of patterned, not available for that word. No R for fakir. Okay, I'm going with this. Oh, wow. I draw all vowels. That's a shame. So I'm going to struggle to score. I have Z, O, E, A for 13 points. I'd like to get more than that. I'd like to play off one of the I's. So I'd like to play off I, O, and E. I lead by 17. Scraw takes an M for future reference. And a P. And possibly a few other tiles as well. Nothing I've got. And another bingo for opponent, so I'm back to trailing. I can't reply in kind with 6 vowels. I could play Eloin, keeping 3 bingo-y vowels, which go well with any bingo-y consonant, R, N, G, and D. So that's 12. And that does get rid of my duplicates plus the O, which is what I want to do. I'd like to keep bingo lanes open. So Eloin achieves all of that. What about a play through the D of Dowager? So I'm looking to play off I, E, and O. So I have the tiles for iodine, but it doesn't play through the D of Dowagers. And I'd like to keep the whole of the right-hand side of the board free for a bingo. I'm going with Eloin for 12. Great. I draw a couple of consonants, including an S. So, do I have a bingo here? Let me consider the consonants on the right-hand side of the board. So, I have a G for an ing ending word. Not seeing one of those, or indeed anything else through the G. What about an N? Wow, that's not far off. I have adhesion through the D, which is going to be huge because the H will get doubled. Will that stay available? Oh, and it does an opponent. Bingo's back to back with medalist. That is brutal, and I'm now 110 points behind. Ouch. Okay, great bingo by opponent, great pair of bingos. What can I do? So, is there a bingo? Floating S of dowagers. Not seeing anything. What about the Z? No. Nothing on the left-hand side of the board. What about the P? Afanese. Afanese. It's not over. The game is not over. I have Afanese for 67. And, well, I still trail by 40 with opponents on turn. I pretty much do need another bingo, but there are 21 tiles to come. So I draw a lot of vowels again, plus a scoring tile in the B. I don't wish to expedite the end of the game since I trail. So, is there anywhere I can play off O and E? Let me count the remaining vowels. 10 out of 26. Okay, slightly vowel dry. But the starting position of the game is vowel dry. I think there are 42 vowels, 58 consonants, so we're not looking for equality between vowels and consonants. It's normal for there to be more consonants. So the bag, I think, slightly vowel dry. Interesting. I could do this, O-E, setting up a bingo lane, maybe prompting opponent to block, but they could get quite a decent score with a row C play. Although I have a D for Fed, what else goes after F-E? E does. R does. So D is the only scoring tile which goes after F-E, so I don't think a big score is available. And with my rack at the moment, I have Deb. 29 points. But is this sorting the rack out enough? There are still 3 E's to come and there's a floating E. Let me put this back momentarily. Still 10 minutes on my clock. I quite like the idea of luring opponent away from the floaters in Afanese. But is OE the way to do that? And the B not massively interesting. I could do this because bed takes a front vowel, but retaining a front A, but retaining 4 vowels is definitely not good. But it's a nice idea. Ooh, what about this? Oh dear. Well, pretty non-bingo-y rack leave, even though boo is good. B's not a bingo-y tile, and opponent could score reasonably handsomely on 2 successive moves. So I don't like that. I could play OE here, but I'd really like to play off one more vowel. Still 1 S to come. Interesting, if I draw that, I may be able to set up a spot in row O, which the S can hit. Now, 8 minutes on my clock. I did have OE. Is that better than EE? I think EE may be better. More bingos begin with E. Yeah, I'm going with this. Okay, so I don't have anything beginning with E. Do I have anything through S? Don't think I do. Floating vowels aren't likely to be helpful. Nothing beginning with Z. What about N? No. So I think this turn I get rid of the B and the O. I trail by 60, so I'm a massive underdog. But there's still 17 tiles, including an S to come. Is there really nothing with this rack plus an S? Well, nothing that's coming to mind. So where to play the B? I've got Deb in row C. Got Dob in the same spot, keeping it A-double-E-R. There's E and N in column 13. Not seeing a bingo. 15 minutes on opponent's clock, so they've been playing quite fast. Playing off the tiles B-E-O would leave read, which is an excellent 4-letter set. Wow, I could do that parallel to Eloin. Interesting. And D-double-O is good, and I have a D. It would be another play with a lowly score, but the rack leave of read goes really well with S, and I would be setting up, well, a second excellent bingo lane with a rack leave of A-D-E-R. But could opponent be about to bingo again? That medalist was a real hammer blow. I can't play OBE at the top. So although I've got Deb at the top, the rack leave is far inferior to ADER. And it doesn't have the advantage of setting up a new column 1 bingo lane. Now C and I available for a 9-letter play. Not seeing one. Opponent taking his time. Has double E caused some turmoil? Hopefully it has. Final S still to come out to play. N and T not available for a 9-letter play. Oh, an opponent does have another bingo. Wow. From a fairly unpromising pool, they find Tabley as an excellent spot. So how does that change things? Well, I think it pretty much condemns me to a loss. 10 tiles in the bag. No new lanes created by opponent. Yeah, Tabliers takes out everything on the right-hand side of the board. If I play OBE, I'm just creating one bingo lane which opponent can block and score well. No S to come. Nothing through Z and T. So overall, just a pretty grim position to be in. Wow. 4th bingo for opponent. I can do this for 28 points. Opponent can't score massively off the B. I could have a bingo through that B. Column 1 is available. There's also access to triple word squares on the right. I am going with this. Okay, well, quite a nice looking rack. 6 tiles in the bag. I don't have anything beginning with E. I don't think I have anything through the B, but I am expecting opponent to take that out. There is a 7-letter lane, massively overlapping medalist. But even a bingo's not going to save me. I'm over 100 points behind. I could really do with 2 bingos. Wow, I have actually bingoed 3 times myself in this game, but I'm still massively behind. What if opponent doesn't block this B? Well, I'm not seeing anything great. I've got bereft. But if opponent doesn't block it, maybe I could create one more opening. Interesting. Well, opponent doesn't block the B. 2 tiles to come. I can't create a lane on the right-hand side of the board. I'm minded to play off F and U. 6 minutes on my clock. So I could open a second triple lane, which an opponent can block both of them with a play from O1, but opponent has got to do that. And then one of these tiles would still be available for a non-triple bingo. Is this the play? Well, let me pause, because can I create a new triple lane in which opponent can't block both? I think I want to play off F and U. I'm looking to play down from the tiles in medalist. And do I have to play off the U? Because I could play Tef. Interesting, I could play Tef and then retain U and L for a bingo ending full. Only 6 points. And now I think opponent struggles to block both triples. Well, I guess they play starting with the B. And that achieves that end. Well, 4 minutes on my clock. I'm going back to UFO. I think it's harder for opponent to block both bingos with this play. UFO for 6. Phew, and I draw another U, so I definitely wouldn't have a bingo if I hadn't played it. So this round, I have lecture as a 7. That doesn't underlap medalist. Nothing beginning with an E. 2 U's, I'm not seeing anything. B does look useful. Club tree, not good. But could there be something? So I've got BE as a prefix. Not seeing anything. 1 tile in the bag, so opponent doesn't know what I've got, and that was the intention behind leaving 1 in the bag. And are there any lanes I've overlooked? A bingo isn't going to win, a triple is. I'm still looking at this B. I feel there could be a bingo through that. Tubercle. Oh, wow, tubercle is good, but it's not quite a triple, but tubercle is good. Is opponent going to block that? And what else can I do? What can I do if they do block it? Do I really have nothing with U or E? Don't think so. Any pairs of letters available? I don't think so. That's a shame. Now, I have an R for going after jar, in case all my bingo options are blocked. So I have ret for over 30 points, that's nice. 10 minutes on opponent's clock. Opponent, well, is going to win unless tubercle has an anagram, or I can find some other triple. I wonder how many triples were available with the remaining pool. Now, does lecture have an anagram? I don't think so. I think with an S it's lectures and cruelest. Afanese doesn't take anything. I can't play my C in column 14. What about row C? Do I have anything? FER is good, but I'm not going to play my C in that spot. Fairly balanced set of remaining tiles, so opponent will have a lot of options. They could play probed if none of those tiles are in the bag. Now, fairly near the beginning of the month, so just to mention that there are lots of great videos on Patreon. They go up every month on the first of the month, 3 Scrabble videos and 3 crossword videos. And from the Scrabble perspective, I play a game against Hastybot, the strongest computer opponent in the world, and also a couple of Blitz games. And this month in particular, the Blitz games are pretty fantastic. So do consider becoming a Patreon if you're not already, and many thanks to you if you are a Patreon. It is the Patreons which keep this small channel alive. Now, what is opponent going to do? Oh, wow, they leave the triple lanes available. I wonder if that's because they worked out that I didn't have one. Now, am I absolutely sure I haven't got one? Yeah, I think so. So it would be an anagram of tubercle, I think. Yeah, and even a triple may not be enough to win. So tubercle for 86. And the final score, 437 for me, 525 for opponent, a winning margin of 87 points, so well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. A winning margin of 88 points. Wow, what a game. Loads of bingos. And victory to opponent. So it was opponent to go first, plays Nout. I have patterned, and it is the only bingo. And this is why opponent did so well. Not only did they get 4 bingos down, they got this bingo down as a double for a score, which is really a bingo and a half. But I also have bingos. Dog ears is the 7 on my rack. Interesting, wordages actually scores 2 more points than dowagers. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. Now opponent with the first blank and the Z plays Zine. What do? I play Lynx for 30. 42 points available. G7. Because of a play down column 7 making XI, a play of Lux, but retaining the Y with the Q, so I think Lynx is better. Lux just preserves the E as well. Yeah, and then you have a play preserving the X with the Q, so I like Lynx. Opponent with no vowels plays Craw. And I have Feeks for 40, which I like. Look at that, a big gap between that and the second place play. Great rack for opponent. Choice of bingos. And I'm now 50 points behind with a bunch of vowels. So I play a loin for 12, but B2. Wow, ENIAC playable for 42 and a pretty decent rack lead given the starting point. That would certainly have been the play. Now, look at this for 7 random tiles. Absolutely dream stuff for opponents. They play medalist for 74, B6. They had climatized through C and I. Now, I have Affinese, my only bingo and my last one of the game. And this is opponent's 7 random tiles after medalist. Again, pretty nice. No bingo, though. And they play U. Ooh, what am I doing here? Let's get this back. Opponent plays U, and then this is my rack. So I could have played Dweebovision, keeping 3 E's. That can't be good. DB in the same spot, putting an E in the middle of row O, and keeping 3 vowels. That also can't be good. I do like my play. It's a score sacrifice, but rack lead much better. Now, opponent took a while on this play, but did find Tablius, which was a great spot, and cemented their victory. No bingo here. I played Dweebovision to create a triple lane, and I don't sacrifice many points to do so. Opponent plays Joe. Phew, no missed bingo there. And I play UFO to create a new lane, so a new triple lane, B14. Yeah, that doesn't achieve that at all. Now, opponent's rack, they play A-pod. And finally, Tubercle is the only bingo. Oh, so Affinese wasn't my last. And it was 4 bingos each. Wow. Okay, and that was the end of the game. So super exciting stuff, really high scoring, nearly, well, pushing 1,000 points between us, and many congratulations to opponent on their victory. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.